So what if my main character is kind of based off of me? Welcome back to the Butterflies Podcast, where I talk about anything related to my OCs and my world that I've been working on for at least 2 years. Definitely more. Actually, I think it's been about 4. Today's episode is about Jamie Camaras, the all-around main character of my series. Complete chaos, kind of based off of me. We'll get into that. Alright, Jamie Camaras. He is the eldest son, well, the only biological child of Jamie Camaras and Austin Camaras. But when it comes to the family overall, he's not the oldest kid, but the middle kid, because there's Percy, who gets adopted by Lucy, but we'll get into that when I talk about Lucy and or Percy. Jamie also has a little sibling, a year younger than him, that being Len, who was also adopted not by Lucy, but by Junie. And then by Austin when Junie and Austin got back together. He lives with his mom, dad, aunt, other aunt, grandpa, little sibling, and cousin. That is 7 people in that house. How does he do it? Of course, it's, not your average family. When is anything your average anything, honestly? Jamie's family is a bit of a mess, to say the least. Not in a bad way, it's just a mess. It's organized chaos. When it comes to his friends, you'll find no one better than Josh. Josh is Jamie's best friend in the whole universe. They actually met through their little siblings being friends. And since they met, the two have basically been inseparable. If you can't find Jamie at the Camaras house, there is a 99.9% chance that Jamie's at Josh's place, usually trying to get dinner. Along with this, he also has quite a few more friends, 2 of which being Lucas and Zach. Lucas is Josh's twin brother. They're not on the best friends level as Jamie and Josh, but they are pretty good friends. They obviously mess with each other like friends do, and let's be honest, it's with Zach is a character that I've only recently have begun thinking about again after a period of not thinking about them. To sum Zach up in like a sentence: gentle as all heck, with a love for pudding. Chocolate pudding, to be exact. You'll never see this kid without it. To sum up Lucas real quick as well, Lucas is the pyromaniac of the Williams family, and hence has been given the name Firecracker. Josh is also the teleporter of the Williams family, so that can be quite some fun. Powers. As hinted by the fact that Josh has powers, and so does Lucas, it's safe to assume that Jamie also has powers, as powers and supernatural beings existing in this universe, it's not too far in between. Jamie is a self-proclaimed Shadow Glitch Witch, at least by the 3rd book. By the end of the 1st book, he is just referenced as a witch. By the end of the 2nd book, he is just referenced as a Shadow Witch. Correction, when I said 3rd, I meant 4th. By the 4th book, Jamie is then self-proclaimed as a Shadow Glitch Witch. In all reality, Jamie is indeed a Shadow Glitch, but is a spellcaster, not a witch. Well, yes, a witch. It's confusing. I'm confusing. So some of Jamie's powers are Energy Blast, which comes from his spellcaster side, Vine Control. So when I say Vine Control, I don't mean like the planty vines that we see in nature. These are more tendril looking, completely black. These come from Jamie's shadow being side. Shadow teleportation, obviously coming from the shadow being side. Glitch teleportation, coming from his glitch being side. Shadow control, coming from, again, the shadow part of him. Beast form. So this one's interesting. Beast forms is something I have mentioned in the previous podcast about the world building. Tech control. Tech control also comes from the glitch being side. There's definitely a few more, like general curses and hexes and spells you can put on to others. But for the most part, those are his powers. Interests. Jamie's interests are quite expansive. When it comes to the arts, he loves drawing fiber arts, mostly being crochet and knitting. Along with that, he's made several candy bracelets, not the edible ones, which are often charms in disguise. In middle school, he probably definitely took choir, regretted it, and dropped out. And he is a theater kid completely. With no aspirations to actually go into theater arts one day, he just likes theater. He likes musicals, and when it comes to that, he just likes them. When it comes to religion, which I'm not going to talk about a whole bunch in this series, as that's not what it's focused on. When it comes to religion, which again, I'm not going to talk about a whole bunch in this series, because that's not the focus of this series. I'm going to say it now, he's pagan. When it comes to where that energy ends up going into, it goes into the Greek pantheon. Let's just say Greek gods became a little too much of an obsession for Jamie. Oh, when it comes to what Jamie wants to be for his career, that ends up being primarily in the realm of chemistry. Now, what that could entail for him, who knows? But he is pretty good at chemistry. His favorite form of science, right next to genetics. That's just because he likes messing around with Punnett squares. Now on to the ties to me, the author. As I mentioned in the beginning of this podcast episode, Jamie might be based off of me. Might is not the word I would use. Jamie is based off of me. A lot of Jamie's interests, actions, and behaviors are based off of me. One of the things that I've mentioned in this podcast are things that tie more so to me. So not the family, because my family was only 4 people in in the house. But when it comes to stuff like his interests and things that he has done, they tie to me, going even as far as autism. Jamie is one of at least 2 confirmed autistic characters in my series, the other one being Len. And now, Jamie's autism isn't completely based off of me, but for the most part, it is. One of the things that I experience as an autistic person go right back into Jamie. And I guess in a way, he is my self-insert. But honestly, I don't care. I don't care if Jamie is seen as a self-insert of me, the writer. I just want there to be autistic rep. Anyway, I think for our next episode, I'll probably end up talking about either Len or Josh. We'll see. Till then, this is Jay, signing off.